Welcome to WinternomicsTV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to WinternomicsTV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to WinternomicsTV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics.
What up, what up? What it do, what it is. Happy Monday, motherfuckers. Welcome to Burning Man. The real Burning Man, you damn right. We ain't in the desert, but we burning. How's everybody doing? Interesting weekend. A little BTC strength coming into the Monday. So looks like our trifecta of green shows, did time a decent bounce. So hope you guys caught something in there in crypto, stocks, or otherwise. Maybe even shorted the dollar if you were, tactically, quick enough to hit it. 91 viewers sounds like skeleton crew things. Yeah, the markets are vicious, so I can understand. There's definitely some people that are getting frustrated and are probably stepping away from it. And you see that just in the liquidity in the markets, and you see that in the liquidity of the Discord. You see that in Twitter. There are people that the sustained VIX environment is just taking out of the marketplace. So our goal is to make sure you're not one of those people. That being said, hopefully we have some scorecards we can take a look at and see how you guys have been doing. How am I feeling? So yeah, I busted my ass in the rain and got a concussion last night. So that's what you see on Instagram. But Brett Favre played through injury, so we'll play through. I'm not dead yet. Might be a little fucking woozy, but I ass load of edibles, so I think I'm right. I'm ready to go if you're ready to go. But Had to try to take the teenage son to fucking task at the baskets. Not in the best weather, but whatever. Craig can step away from markets, but still should be viewing the shows. You know, in a really crazy economic environment and geopolitical environment. Our goal is to give you, as much information as possible to kind of demystify what's happening, not leave you to your own biases, and victimizable by mainstream media that's swinging people's emotions all over the place with bullshit. It's a very tough environment, I gotta say. Since COVID began, the market has not returned to any sense of normal since. 2 years of sustained high volatility is pretty epic. And it's not really showing signs that it's really trying to go away yet. It's still just kind of, we're just dealing with a new normal, a new crazier normal. So all you really have to combat this shit is information, I haven't been 100% in about fucking 3.5 years, almost 4 years. I haven't been back to 100% since the end of Nebula 2 in 2018. We've all been burnt since that period. But it's all good. We get it done. Anyways, I do like seeing some of the conversions of logic inside the rooms. I see a lot of you guys putting some time in Discord now to do some rewatches of starter packs and blog reads, and I think that that level of increased activity is starting to pay off for some of you guys that are participating in that. So definitely keep up that energy. That's really good to see. I appreciate all the veterans that are helping to guide some of the newer folks. As I told you, when you do that, you'll notice that you start to pay attention to some little nuances you forgot you needed to. Once you have to talk to newer folks about the things that they don't know where to begin at. That's one of the things that's really important, the repetition of speaking to people that are in the place you used to be, to fill in the little blanks of what you let go once you take certain things for granted that you no longer think are that important to highlight as important. You'll realize that you should, once you talk to folks that make it glaringly obvious that's a huge hole in their armor. So that participation is key for lots of reasons. You don't always know the epiphany you'll get from doing the participation, but the activity itself is a scarce thing among most people in most communities. So be active and you'll see results from it. All right, so that being said, I put in a non in the channel that's going to do some upgrades to the station and stuff, and it's just so happens I start the week off with a concussion, so I might delay some things. The one thing I am going to do is I'm going to fill in the Tuesday and Thursday morning slots with shows that we'll pick to get together, and set it as an instant premiere, which will allow the show to come up just like this one, start at a specific time, and everybody that's here can watch it on a schedule, maintaining your habit, and watch it together and chat the same exact way you would. The only thing is I can't answer your questions because they're older shows, but it'll play through and feel like you're watching a current show. I picked one out I thought was a pretty good one. It's a little longer than usual, but it goes over some interesting concepts with yields and bonds and real estate. And in a lot of the old specials that I did, because they were specials, they weren't something that came on every day. I tried to pack lots of content into them. So some of these older ones you want to watch, because outside of the time period of analysis we're talking about, which may or may not be useful anymore today, we're talking about a lot of concepts that are applicable to understanding asset prices in any time period. So the one I picked out that I thought was pretty good, it's a little long. We might need to set the start time at 7:30. So it'll finish where you guys can get out of it. Let me see here. This one is how long? This guy has a lot of stuff. In here, I teach you about bonds and how to understand yields and risk in assets like real estate. And it's a really important concept to understanding it in many other places, A, B, and C tier risk and what you expect in an A tier asset versus junk. This one has a lot of good concepts for you to understand that helps you understand that degrees of risk in many places. So I thought this was pretty good, but he's a little long. He's 1:46. So if I start him at 8, he'll put you into the market. So I'd have to set this guy to start. So I've never done one of these, so I'm gonna figure it out right now. So it's this one, and it says to set as an instant premiere, I think, and then I have no idea. Oh yeah, schedule. So I want to schedule this tomorrow at 7:30, which will get you guys out of there 9:46. So 7:30 time zone. Okay, is this wait. Okay, that's my time zone, I think, right? So that should be right. All right, so that should be good. I hope I got that right. So I've never done these instant premieres, but let's see if it works. Okay, I think that's it. So tomorrow, and then we'll pick another one for earlier. Should I back it up to what do you guys want to do? Back it up to 7:15? Yeah. Do you want to back it? Do I have to back it up more than that? It is pretty long. I don't want to keep getting you guys out so close to the market. I just don't know if any of you are up at 7:15. Earlier. All right. Well, 7:15 or 7 o'clock. 6:30. Jesus Christ! Not everybody's in Europe, Chester. 7 a.m. Let's do 7 a.m. so people in America don't fucking like lose their shit. So, all right. Hope this thing works right. All right, there it is. So this is cool. So we'll schedule in the Tuesdays and Thursdays with old shows. So you guys know we have like a couple hundred of those. So, you know, that will give you guys some good stuff and hopefully not overwhelm you with rewatches and things. But it's showing as a premiere now. Awesome. Is it showing like it's playable right now? I don't know what that means. I've never even seen that before. Let me look. I have no idea. Your channel. I don't know where you see that. Where do you see that? I don't see anything. Videos. If you say you see it, I don't see shit. Huh. Playlist. I don't get it. I don't know where that is. Showing as upcoming. I see this as well. Right on my main, on the videos page, it says upcoming. Huh. I don't see that. Well, if you say you see it, then at least I'll trust you guys on it. I don't see shit. I do not see shit over here. Burning Man, Empire, blah, blah, blah. How's this fucking thumbnail page look, though? Pretty dope, right? I love this thing as it updates, you know. We've had such a good string of shows. Definitely having fun with the artwork on these. This is a decent portfolio of artwork if you think about it, you know. We spit out, I think it's 96 cells right now for this. It's not too shabby, gotta say. Pretty happy with these. But yeah, I still don't see it. So if you guys say so. Past live now, all videos. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't see it. It's up for premiere. Well, as long as it's there, great. I trust you guys because I don't see shit. All right, cool. Thanks. I'll look in Discord. Okay. Huh. That's weird. Maybe because I'm live and I'm the person that's on the account, I don't see it. So, okay, well, as long as it's there, good deal. Cool. So, that being said, got 127 folks here. Let's see if we have any scorecards to check for the morning before we check out what's going on with markets and where there are. So, sorry. Yeah, I definitely had 5 more edibles than I should before the show, but my head was killing me. So, I feel pretty good. This is probably the most normal rate of speech I've ever had on the show, right? You guys are always stressed out that I speak too fast. This should be like the greatest day for you ever. All right, medicated nomics. What do we have here? Great pants, even better trade. I have no idea what that means. Let's see. Oh, great pants, Lululemon. Haha. All right. Thank you, Cash, for highlighting Lululemon a few streams ago. It resulted in my best trade yet. But before that, first is the trade before which I got stopped out of, in which I was too eager to place the trade after coming back from a 3-week-long vacation and a week of not being able to get back into the habit of watching streams and participating. Looking back, I was trying to catch a knife in the SPY downward movement instead of waiting for confirmation that the trend was reversing This resulted in being stopped out after a downward wick. Got it. Okay. So you bought this and got wicked out. Gotcha. Oh wow, you wrote me a lot. I have been watching Lululemon ever since Kaz highlighted it a while back, and after he discussed it on a recent stream, I saw the gap up on as an opportunity to play dildo rules. Very good. I love it. And I wanted to learn my lesson in patience and waiting for a better entry, which is a problem that I've been facing recently. I waited until a bull flag not only formed, but also retested and confirmed before entering the play. Also listened to the recent stream and continually looked at VIX and DXY for levels which Kaz discussed could go either way and either let the market keep pumping or signal for a stronger dollar. I set the bottom of my stop for a close to a key level previously discussed and waited. Got a 7.5 hour. Look at that. That's money. As the play hit about 3 to 4 hours, I was starting to get nervous about giving back profits. I remember in Discord someone suggesting move stops up as a way of combating FOMO and not leaving the trade early. I set stops slightly below the previous local top, which I almost got wicked out until the price kept rising a day later. I was starting to get euphoric. I saw the price reach another area with volume, and as I had dinner and wanted to clear my mind, I exited the trade at 7.5. This is a great learning experience for me in learning to trade more mechanically and based on defined structures. Very good. With more patience, I think that participating in Discord more often this past week and even managing to catch part of the blog read on voice really helped me stay objective and mechanical throughout the trade. And it's no coincidence that this trade was my best so far. In total, 6.5 R for the week. Thank you, Kaz, Vic, and Eco for all that you do to make it possible. Good shit. That's as good as it can be. So yeah, for any of you guys that are just watching the show, definitely if you want, hit the link in the bottom of the show and jump into Discord here. A lot of these guys set up to jump on calls and read blogs and go over old shows together, and that repetition is part of what these guys are talking about. Everybody here came through the link. This is a killer documentary if you want to ever listen to what the fuck the Federal Reserve, where it came from. This is probably the most detailed explanation ever of that. But yeah, definitely hop in here. There's tons of folks in here that go over content, and we have more content than you'll ever cover. If you go in here, definitely make sure you check out helpful links. This has links to all kinds of simple how-tos. Lots of you guys ask over and over and over how to understand trends. This is a really good link on just a really simple breakdown of trends, volume, price structure. And we have tons of these things in here, entry logics, all that. They're done in silly formats, but if you just check them out, everything you actually need. This channel right here can teach you everything you fucking want to know about our concepts, about risk management, price structure, fractals, volume, reading, baskets. If you even look in there, I've got fractal baskets. But just go through this. This whole channel is pretty much wide open, and it's free research. You just got to take your time to go through it. You can learn everything you need to know in here. This chart's ridiculous. But yeah, there's a ton of good stuff in there, so use it. Very good, Idiasam. I think that was a great war story. Let me see what else you got. This is the first war story from, is this Joe Malomo? What you got, Joe? Ethereum, look at this guy. First war story. Ethereum, looks like a short. Been following Kaz for a while now. Been paper trading, watching the YouTube shows, following Discord, OnlyFans. From knowing absolutely nothing about trading, starting to understand planning, trends, bull flags, bear flags, and putting together a plan without emotion. Journaling needs improvement, but it really made a difference and gave me confidence in something I had no idea I could understand. Putting an effort goes so far. Cannot say thank you enough, Kaz and Director Vale. Going to make an account, start making some real trades now that I feel comfy enough. Shorted ETH for around 3 Rs, then closed 2 long trades with ETH and Tesla for another 2 Rs and 3 Rs. Need to journal much more, but the basic logic's chance is favoring the prepared. Thank you for preparing me. Well, real good, man. So it's good to see you coming along and getting some practice in and starting to figure it out. So, start small and see when you start to touch the market for real. There are a lot of things that will be different than when you touch it in a simulation. But at least getting to practice the logic and what you plan to do before you touch it with real money is a good idea. So, keep journaling your stuff and keep posting war stories for us. Let's see your story as it unfolds. Good shit. So where am I at? 8:47. I think I'm doing good on time. Not bad. So 124 feels like Skeleton Crew vibes. So if you guys pay attention to the show, right, you'll notice that like the viewership of the show is dropping as we rise from the lows. That's the kind of thing you see that tells you can keep on rising. Because the only reason you wouldn't be here is you missed it. So that's the salt that makes you look away, that makes you miss more shit. So sentiment things, skeleton crew vibes. All right. So that being said, let's go check out markets since no one's looking. I already did some premiere thing. That's all good. So who do we have to blame for this morning? Stevie D, the monolith killer. Look at that. Is that to the wick? What's Stevie's level? 2269, and that low is 2264. It's literally unbelievable. You guys crack me up. Look at Stevie. Closing out the week on Stevie D, and he says, thou shalt not pass. So this is your line in the sand this morning. I have another level that's key to the VIX right here, which is right here. This is Nomics zone from October. Right here, right? This is a trigger level, if you guys remember. For okay, what the fuck just happened there? Why is this thing being crazy? This is a trigger level for a D-risk. So when I put red arrows up, the VIX pumping is bad for the stock market, right? So this is a swing level up off Stevie D's level that if you get it today, the market can begin some kind of a pullback from that really crazy pump it's had just now to get up here, right? And this pump is like this, right? That VIX collapse you've got right now, the Stevie D's level was right there. So we're opening on a gap up on the VIX and a gap up on the SPY at the same time. That generally is, one of these guys is not telling the truth. So either the SPY is going to gap up, the VIX gaps up, and the VIX is going to trade down off of this gap and allow the SPY to gap and pump, and it's going to really be exacerbated by skeleton crew. Or the VIX is going to pump and the SPY is going to gap and crap. Basically gap and just fucking sell through his gap and fill it. So this is the line in the sand. It's probably easy to watch with this, having a gap on both these guys. If we want to take a look a little bit too, we can check like what the pre-market of this guy looks like. Yuck. That is a really horrible background color for pre-market. Oh my god. I gotta do something about that. Appearance. Where the fuck does that come from? That looks terrible. Anything. Pre-post market colors. My god. Just terrible. I can't look at that shit. Alrighty then. So we look at like our SPY starts trading at 4 o'clock in the morning. This is the VIX gap and then drop. So the VIX gapped and dropped. So you can see the SPY like, you know, gapped up very minimally and then popped higher off of that. So if the VIX continues to drop, he sets us up for something like, you know, possible bull flag into the session. So that could, this is crazy, right? This is super extended, but you never want to call the top of it until it's fucking over. The fact that like, you know, we see people falling off as we pump, like I said, is an indication there's no one in it. So if you guys remember last show, we talked about this. That's that pre-market bull flag I just drew. So we had this angle, we could rotate to it. SPY over here. So in this, right, remember we're rotating up to? Ragnarok's up here. We have a trigger swing level up here at 410. We're up at 408. So this is your first, your next major target to pay attention to is this blue level at 408, which is a swing down from Ragnarok, right? This is a good sell twice to play it out of this blue level right here. This is your dump bar from Archangel and Troll Hunter, and this is now a key level to watch how we interact. We most likely stall when we hit this thing. So pretty ridiculous squeeze up to here right now. Now we want to see that like on the macro scale, we don't actually, you know, respect and continue the macro bear flag, you know, where it's a very low resolution uptrend that we're watching right now happen from here. But this is all in context of the summer low, right? So either we have the summer low put in and this is a slightly higher floor and this guy is actually catching people asleep and going a bit higher, or DXY, you know, rotates this bull flag and we have a new problem. So this is pretty key. You know, this guy is super extended. And one thing to pay attention to is how you deal with like the break of your previous high in these systems, right? So in this situation, this is probably the easiest one to look at, going through, coming back across and dicking around until you come back out, and then you care again, right? We definitely care if he gets strength, but it's a pretty easy line in the sand to watch if he's going to rotate or do some shit like this guy, you know, under here first, before he manages to get back to like on top of it. So that's what we're watching to see. What is he going to do now? And if he gets back on top of here, you know, we have to pay attention because that's danger, right? This is July 5th. So we look at the SPY for July 5th. And we can see like once he's in a breakout state July 5th. Where is that at? Retarded. Right, July, I'm so bad. Sorry, I'm pretty high. July 5th, boy, this is what you do when you eat edibles and you go on the show. So this is July 5th, DXY begins pumping, and it kind of creates a slow corrective structure, but it puts pressure on risk assets. The main thing, your risk assets just don't get to go too far when you have a strong DXY. So we always want to note that if he gets strength again, especially strength into continuing this 20-year pump he's doing, this would be bad. So for right now, we can take a trend line and we can properly draw this geometry. And this is the downtrend we're tracking for DXY at the moment. He sustains that. SPY gets to sustain this uptrend he's on, right? I feel like I drew this already. No? Guess not. I could look at this like this, right? So, oh, I know where I put that. One sec. Right, your guys' prep was in here. Right, so this is September 6th. Right, this is your prep I gave you. So, right, this was your, so this is more clean. This is your low resolution uptrend from the bottom of June, where crypto bottom, Trail of Tears, graveyard, all that stuff. Right, this is the structure we said looks like ETH. And then this is the uptrend, which is the macro bear flag we're talking about, which is built of bull flags. And we're looking at this as a test on this line, and right now the DXY fading. How far can this rotate if we get the upside rotation through this angle? So that chart I made in my own template, which is here. And so yeah, this is what you're watching. And so this is the steepness of the trajectory of the bounce, right? This is unusually strong. So it's pushing, and again, like saying people falling off, like that's just the strength of it. When there's nobody there, all those people are looking away, eventually will fucking capitulate to fucking say, give me a piece of it, and fucking that's your climax. So this guy's just gassing higher with like pretty much nobody fucking benefiting from it. So can he get all the way to that 408 level? Yeah, totally. It's pretty good rotation on this flag, so you watch for it. I thought if you saw him trend out here, this would be a pretty good area for possible, you know, counter structure running into this area. But if he's this strong and he holds the gap and the VIX dumps, he can keep pushing. You know, just you play the trend. He's steep. That's one of the reasons to have this angle. He's really steep, so a chance for him to possibly, you know, rotate out of the steepness and even just go back to the trend line before he can continue to go more. That's always possible, right? So this is kind of dangerous. Really needs to hold his gap, and in this world, dick rules apply. So that's kind of what you're watching right now, right? The danger is that he rotates and goes over to like this trend line and then fucking gets strength again, right? That's also a possible scenario. So let's not use that. The likelihood he holds that trajectory all the way to this trend line, I don't think is more likely than seeing the yellow path. I think this is the more possible of your paths. Somewhere around here. So, all right, so that's SPY, QQQ, it's much the same thing, right? We had QQQ, this is prep we did in the room. So this is rotational area, decent spot where he's popping out of right now. And so that lends to, you know, a couple of guys being strong. I talked to last show, I told you Microsoft and some of these guys look really good. You know, if you had paid attention to some of the stuff I told you on the last one. So there's a couple things that look good. Tesla, once you play this guy and you're watching him right now, tend to rotate his way out of a fucking ditch. And, you know, these guys all look pretty bullish. So there we go. I don't know. I thought I had, where am I? Oh, right. My levels are deleted. Fuck. All right, well, whatever. I don't have levels of Tesla. Apple, a lot of these guys, right? So you see a lot of good strength in the morning right now. So you're kind of watching these systems, and like I said, your eyes on VIX, things like Apple, drawing your bull flags for these guys, see what these guys do. Good area for Apple. You see this like yellow area right here, rotated right ahead of it. So a lot of stuff looks actually not as terrible as people think. People are like really like looking for like leg down. The DXY is really what you keep on watch. He makes another 20-year high. That's probably, it won't be a good thing for risk assets. So I think you have a narrow band of shit to keep your eyes on. That being said, crypto shit, right? I haven't even done crypto. BTC over the weekend. So I think we drew BTC projection over here. Right? Sorry, one sec. Remember this? So BTC, right? That pattern we always talk about up here, the red one. Trend that way, correct through, rotate, fuck everybody in the ass. There it is. Happens all the time. So that was also possible with BTC dominance being able to bounce off of the low. We showed you that guy also, right? So BTC caught strength. That creates a corrective structure in some of his ratios. And we told you to pay attention to that. You'd probably see that happen. Not this guy. I don't know. That guy, right? We gave you a projection right here. This guy, this is a good place for him to pull back. Basically exactly where we should flag. BTC dominance hits low. And this is a good place for a bull flag and a couple of ratios. Didn't I do that in this chart also? Thought so. Some high level. Not that. So it's a good area to flag at. So you guys remember we have a bunch of projections for ETH. Like we said, these ratios I think aren't done. But like I said, it's a good area right now with BTC dominance bouncing to pay attention, and that gives BTC a chance to play a little catch up. So we have to see how far that goes. But that happening also, like crypto's holding and basically dollarized out ETH, and these guys are holding steady while BTC plays catch up. So far risk assets look fairly strong starting the week off. All right, so it's DXY VIX by some crypto things, ETH things. Trolex, Shockwave, bull flag rotation. So far so good. Let me check the other ETH chart. Yeah, so we're watching the same things. I'm going to give you guys some cheat sheets on bull flags that look like they could rotate. Here's a few of them that have done it already. So, remains to be seen how far they can keep going. But yeah, a couple of these guys look pretty decent. I don't know where I do this guy's bull flag. BNB. Yeah, I think that's the OnlyFans. Yeah, a bunch of these guys are worth paying attention to. So far, a lot of stuff looks bullish from crypto to stocks. So that is macro things done at 9 o'clock. Guys, get all that? That was a slow version. FOMC in 8 days. Good to know. Shout out to everybody through some morning bits of the show. We appreciate you guys. Baba, Moss, Baidu. All right, not too bad. CPI pre-market tomorrow. Yeah, if you guys pay attention to OnlyFans, you have a lot of good stuff in there to pay attention to on the entire crypto rotation. And then on the shows, we, from Emerald City, we kind of told you to pay attention. There was a good chance for risk assets to bounce where they were, even though we are under Ragnarok, right? And understand that it's a low resolution bounce to the overall structure that put us back through Ragnarok. If that bear flag through Ragnarok continues, right, the broader de-risking is still intact. So for right now, we're paying attention to what still amounts to a low resolution uptrend from the summer. That's within the macro downtrend that started, in November last year with the Fed's balance sheet reduction. Fractal Owl said, Kaz, I find it much harder to trade now with volatility compared to when the VIX was in the 30s back in April. Yes. If you notice, the market feels really thin. It feels like listless. You touch things, you get stop run. The market does, megaphone patterns now. And all it is it's like what you see in the show, right? The overall base of the YouTube has grown significantly. I think over 20% since we started streaming, and the average viewership is lower. The Discord is 40% bigger, and the average chatter is down probably 90%. So those are, samples of behaviors and populations that the sustained volatility of the market has just knocked out retail. The market is just far thinner. Your trading is far less retail. And when that happens, right, all there is you versus the fucking market maker. You're going to get killed. If it feels like the market's coming after you, it's because it fucking is. And that's really the thing that nobody would want to believe, right? It feels like it's hunting you down. Yeah, there is just not that many people per fucking second around trading each of these assets. The market is exceptionally thin. And you got to think about it too. One thing, if any of you trade futures, 5 years ago, there weren't micros. There are just more and more instruments to break up what is available in retail. And a thin retail market, there's futures on stocks, there's single stock futures, there's minis, there's micros, there's options on futures. There's a million places for a person to say, I want to speculate on the S&P 500 and many other assets. Once you've got the market churned up, chewed up like it is on the insides, we're not really going to beat like Goldman Sachs in the order book. We're going to beat some idiot on Twitter. But if there's just less idiots on Twitter, there's less to go around. The market is really just in. So that's kind of what you're seeing. The volatility, sustained high volatility environment, a strong dollar. Retail is really just getting fucking destroyed. And you're finding it hard and hard to find, a pleb to make money off of. When there's liquidity issues like that, the only thing you can really do is move into like higher resolutions of time, because ultimately larger resolution structures have, more liquidity just for the sake of the fact there are larger resolutions. Trading in like super low res is going to get you killed. You're going to find that even who scalp around in 1 minute and things like that has become exceedingly difficult, as there really isn't enough traders per second to give you liquidity to trade against them versus the inside market. So in an environment like this, higher resolutions are your friend. I hope that helps. All right, so that being said, I got symbols. Let me do these and let you guys go. Let me not find a way to get to fucking 920, right? Baba. Oh, not here. Baba. Okay, so here's what we drew up Baba. What's this? So this is our projection for him to swing through, and he never did it. He bounced right off of that trigger, and he's still under it. I still think that's a good place to keep an eye on him where he is. He's down in the ditches here now. So how far did he get? So he got down to like his inception. Man, that looks like shit. I think he's still a better deal through this. Even if he can bottom here, but he'll probably have real gas when he rotates back above his original high of his IPO right there. So I'd say this is still a good trigger for him. So let me put Mosaic, I think. Mosaic, Baidu. I'll just do Baidu since they're the same. Baidu. All right, Baidu. I guess this would be our Baidu graph. So what do we have on Baidu? Last low to put in a high. Retested here, put in a new high. So as long as that floor holds, we're looking for a slightly higher floor that didn't happen this high up. And this part of the bull flag, we projected bull flag, he rotated underneath it, but he still held his floor. So you're still looking for this same play to work out. As far as triggers on him, same trigger too. So a lot like Baidu, they need to recover kind of decently to be in a place that they really could get out of this congestion. You see if he rotated into this zone, this is a nightmare over here to trade through this and hope that he has like a sustained pump through shit like that. That's exactly why you don't want to trade in a range like this. It's still the same harmonic shockwave back here. This will cut you to pieces. This is like his own phantom zone. So on top of that system is where he probably has ease of movement to go challenge like this local high. So if that happens, him and Baba and Chinese assets probably all would correlate to that move like that. What was the other one? MOS. What do I have here? I don't think that's what we had. Mosaic. What a weird fucking. Did I make a projection like that? Boy, is that weird. Well, there you go. So up flag, down rotation, and bizarre looking squiggle that seems to be doing what he's doing. So looks about right. Man, that's a weird ass one. I must have done it in some high ass resolution. But okay. So yeah, there you go. Looks kind of good, and you can still, still keep going here. It's part of this massive rotation you've got going on, and we still have a food crisis. Let's see, where did it go? W day, GBP, USD. Look, currencies. W day, work day. Not there. W day. God damn it. I never did this guy? Huh. Well, shit. Alright, so that's his real uptrend line from here. He really honestly has like a very faint one like this. No one cares though. So we'll do it like this. Decent test 2B and good stop run on that. He looks like he's doing what most of the stock market's doing, trying to bottom down here. Let's see how much he looks like the SPY. So decently looks like the SPY, right? So the SPY is going to rotate and carry through. This guy probably can rotate and carry through also. This is just an ugly ass spike in here. This kind of sucks structurally, but that's here. That's the Jackson. That's actually Jackson Hole. When Jackson Hole dumped the market, that's this. So he never broke the floor. When Jackson Hole broke the market down, he actually held the floor. So that's actually, a decent sign of relative strength for him. Overall, because he's got this ugly wick though, you probably treat him like a box range instead of like typical bull flag, and just play the top of him leaving. With good strength to the S&P, if the S&P can do that, you probably play him going over the top of here and do something like this out of it. Ah, shit. So, everything all right?
Yeah, just major send a read in the chat if you want to check it out.
Okay. What's happening in the chat? What am I missing in the chat? I hear there's good stuff happening here. $100K on leverage. My lord. Well, sounds like you got a good play there. Don't jinx it by talking about his opening though. Never talk about your wins till you book them, The wins don't mean much unless you have them in your pocket. So if you ever get the feeling that you're about to, have some boats and cocaine in your world next, it's usually a good time to book it. But in general, it's a bad practice to speak on open trades, especially when you have that kind of leverage. It's only emotional, and it's a sign of your own emotional structure in price. So when you are up sizably like that, manage your risk and book some gains before you ever talk about it. Just a good practice. Jinx is real, kid. Trust me on that. All right. What was the last thing I had to do? GBP 910. All right. I cannot go slow enough to get this wrong anyway. So GBP USD BNB BTC. GBP USD. Okay. That looks like shit. So the DXY, right, is sliding backwards, we said, right now up top there, which is a bounce in a few things, like Euro USD is bouncing through parity again right now. And so right now, right, the DXY, if we don't stand it here, the DXY pulling back, that trajectory is kind of what everything's on, right? So this is a Euro, so this is that DXY collapse right now, and that should be something like that in GBP. And that's what you're watching. So in the low res right now, if the market keeps risking on, then these guys are also reflecting that with the dollar weakening out. I think USD CHF might be like one of your stronger ones. Like he's falling real hard. But yeah, so this is the DXY move that you're seeing right now. So it's a low resolution uptrend that you're dealing with coming out of there. But on obviously to keep it in context, right? Sorry, let's go look at this. So we'd had this huge bull flag on him. This when we ever did this a couple years ago. He never got through the second trigger, and at the base here, if he makes a new low, we redraw this bull flag. If he double bottoms, we want to be aware of that too. So that's a COVID low. So pretty ridiculous double bottom on the COVID low, and this is the bounce you're dealing with right now. If he rotates back down, right, you're dealing with like a bear flag, right? This bounce is a bear flag off lows, but you know you can play it in here if like I said, DXY keeps on dropping, the VIX keeps on dropping, and the stock market keeps on pushing. It'll put pressure on DXY, and you can play within resolutions that are obviously a lot lower than this, you know, somewhere down here. BNB BTC, BN. So this guy is probably supposed to be flagging here. BTC dominance bouncing, right, is negative to BTC ratios. So this is where we told you to pay attention for a bull flag. Looks about right. So that's a projected area for it. Push about this far over the trigger. Now I want to see if we get a bull flag that sustains the structure. BTC dominance stalls, allows rotation, and then we can get another leg here and another leg in guys like this. All right, these guys are all in place to extend. They're just correcting right now at that resolution, right, Adam? See, some of these guys just, you know, ridiculously strong, but they need a breather right now. So, you know, you can see kind of like you're getting just a you know, BNB, BTC. That's probably a little steep for him, but you know, I keep track of these guys. Like I said, keep track of them in line with like what's going on with the dollar and stuff like that, and in BNB, BTC dominance. Right, this is the move you're really watching right now. And it's probably a little steep. He may counter structure and go into bigger resolutions. So right, if you watch him, he could always do this and then continue to go higher, right, and then give you a bigger resolution push. So you're kind of watching this right now for how big the bull flag on BNB BTC gets. All right, it's 9:14. I'm 6 minutes better than I expected. You guys get all that? Everybody keep up with that? Did I speak slow enough? Everybody feel all right? CME Group announces launch of Ether options. How does this affect ETH? Is that bad for retail? I don't believe that when the CME introduces anything, it's designed to benefit retail. It's designed to create vehicles to trade around retail. So more than likely not. The government's making a push to go after POW right when the merge is happening. That's always an interesting sentiment read in itself. It's not the same as them introducing futures, you know, against BTC in 2017. You know, options allow you to hedge and speculate in interesting ways on ETH. So it's a different dynamic. I can't, you know, invariably nothing introduced is ever better for retail. It's never designed to benefit retail. Retail is the food of the system. It's designed to figure out more ingenious ways of taking money out of retail without them understanding how it's leaving their pockets. So always understand innovations made at you know, those institutions are not designed for you. They're designed to attack you. Are there ways structural to predict a megaphone structure? So a megaphone is literally an unpredictable structure. He's really a function of liquidity, and the low liquidity in the markets lends to megaphone patterns being more pervasive, like you've never seen today. I wouldn't say like it's the fact that it represents low liquidity. It's this thing you just generally stay the fuck away from when you see it. But no, forecasting when one's going to occur, that's the unpredictable thing, you know. So those are some memos. 137. Didn't finish too horribly. Definitely like to see more folks from Discord make it out. If anybody's not in there, links to Discord are underneath each show. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, do all that jazz. This has been Burning Man. Y'all motherfuckers stay safe till the next one. Make sure you're around for the instant premiere. We'll catch you on the flip. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. welcome. Winter, 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 winter,